If you can learn to live around your menstrual cycle properly, especially when you're trying to get pregnant, you can literally do anything because you stop fighting your biology every single month and then wondering why your hormones feel so crappy and your fertility feels like a coin toss. So I've got 3 top tips for what cycle syncing actually means in real life, because right now I see so many women treating their follicular phase like their luteal phase, copying fasting and training protocols that work for our male counterparts and then feeling like our body is a problem when it doesn't respond the same way. Of course not, because as much as we want equality, we are not the same. And this is why my first tip is you don't do the same thing every day of the month. In your follicular phase, most women tolerate a bit more intensity. You're just a little bit more resilient in that time to handle more metabolic stress, more stress in general. So if you like fasting, go for it, knock yourself out, because this is usually where shorter to moderate fasting windows tend to feel much easier. And it's also where I personally lean more keto-ish, because I'm chasing metabolic flexibility. But I don't chase suffering. I like to be in ketosis. It feels absolutely amazing to me in my follicular phase. Now then, as you move toward ovulation, and especially into the luteal phase, you stop forcing it, because your body is more sensitive to stress then, and it really often wants more stability and nourishment. So stop fasting there. We don't fast in our luteal phase. It can backfire. It usually feels like torture for a reason. Then just go for overnight breaks. So maybe 12-hour windows where you just don't eat. Now, the second tip is that carbohydrates are not evil. And although I love ketosis, I also like carbohydrates, but I am putting them much more into my luteal phase than into my follicular phase. Now, if you've been chronically dieting, underfueling, or living in a constant calorie deficit because you were told just lose weight, you're basically telling your body that resources are all the time scarce. And reproduction is the first thing the body just deprioritizes under perceived famine stress. So instead of fear-based eating, go whole foods. Anchor every single meal with protein. That's good for you. And yes, if you can, choose fiber-rich carbohydrates when your body is asking for them. And remember, this is not about perfection. It's about being consistent. Last but not least, stop overtraining in your luteal phase. High intensity every day plus fasting plus undereating. Well, that's chronic stress on steroid. That raises cortisol and that steals progesterone. This is exactly the stuff and so much more I teach inside my Fertility Circle. Because once you understand how to match food, fasting and training to your menstrual cycle, instead of forcing the same protocol year-round, day after day, your body will start to feel much calmer. That's actually a promise. And it's also then more predictable and more fertile. If you want to be part of that, use a discount code BELLY2026 and